Welcome to the Daily High. The Daily High with Tone Bays and Matt McGregor. Wow. Wow. We have done it. We're rocking. We're rolling. It's amazing. Tone.
Dude, that pump came out of nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. I really thought it could happen like the next day. Had the price been hovering about 52 in the trading contest, I would have gone like 10x long. And I'm like, oh man, why am I not in 2x trade? But then I remembered what you entered, and I'm like, oh, this is over.
It's it's over. I lose. What a sad day. What a sad day. It took 5 weeks for me to liquidate an imaginary $1,000. But not all is lost. Not all is lost. Because we're going to go through the charts right now. And back here in the real world, old Matty's doing pretty good in this trade.
Yeah, I will vouch for it. In the real world, oh, my camera just started moving. In the real world, Maddie texted me that and you stopped by my channel yesterday as well, when I was doing my little stream. He does text me screenshots of the trades that he's actually entering. It's in our little group chat for this show, and he did like immediately go long leverage, and I know how much real money he made in reality as opposed to the opposite in our trading contest play account.
Well, I appreciate that, Tone, but I don't mind. I'm a loser. I'm a loser today. But let's go straight through it. Well, we're gonna give the trading competition a few days off because we're gonna rework it. Okay, there's some big issues with the trading competition that we have to be in the trade for exactly 24 hours. Very, very hard to do, to pick a side for
Yeah,
24
we
hours
thought
spot.
we thought it would be fun, and then we realized how hard that is.
Yeah, actually, I've had a ball. I've loved it. I've loved it, and I think that people have enjoyed it too. But and I was really blown away by all the comments in last. It was the most comments we've ever got last night with
Yeah.
suggestions on how to improve the show. But let's get into the price. Who cares about
Yeah,
any of that? Let's get into the price. Let's do it.
there's
Let's roll.
one last thing. According to our rules, the winner had to be in a positive P&L, and it looks like I just snuck into the positive P&L with about 190. So that makes the P&L one, because you can't win while losing money. So it was 1,005. So I just snuck into a positive P&L. So that was another one of the rules that we had. Okay, and we can now turn it off. All right. Why don't I let you go first, because you can talk about when you saw the price pumping, what you immediately did, what
Yeah.
you're doing now. And the other really interesting thing I need to say before you go live is the alphanumerics bot was short until this candle right here, if I believe, right here, this one. The
Before
candle
that.
with a number
Before that.
5 on it. This candle on February 11th. And this is where the alphanumerics bot that is non-leveraged flipped the trade from being short into a long. And I was super nervous because I'm like, man, the bot literally went long on the bot literally went short on this candle here. This candle that marked the low. No, I'm sorry, this candle before that. This big drop candle. So one candle before it made the low, the bot went short. So the bot was down. Man, 22%.
Tone, I'll go through this because that's not quite accurate, but I'm happy to go through that absolutely right now.
Okay, yeah, go through it, because that's kind of how I see it. So
Yeah,
go through it. And then it flipped to a long, and I'm like, there's no way it's going to go up another 22% from here. And it has, which is absolutely crazy. But Matt, really, I really want you to talk about that, how that worked out.
yeah. Let me go through it. Let me go through it. All right. Well, just why the iron's hot. I'll talk about the bot here. All right. So if I turn off all this for a second and just we go to the daily time frame, I'll show you what actually happened. These SARs here are modified, are regular SARs, but we have in the bot built in the modified SARs. Okay, so we actually went short here. okay, at about 41,600. Okay,
Okay,
not
gotcha,
here.
gotcha. The
Okay,
bot pre-runs this publicly available indicator a little bit.
right, it does. Okay, so we got short here and we got out of the trade about here. Okay, no, there's no denying that it was a losing trade coming off a trade that we got long here. We got long here, closed the position here, and then went 100% short, from 100% long to 100% short. We had a great trade here that made a lot of money. We lost, had a drawdown here of about 13%. Okay. And then it flipped 100% long. And now we are locked and loaded in this run. The bot is designed to catch massive swing moves. It doesn't do well in consolidation. You're likely to go through a bit of a chop zone if it goes through like it did earlier in the middle of last year. We went through 7 months of consolidation. It doesn't do well there. But if Bitcoin's going to crash 80%, you'll be on the right side of that. If it's going to run up 80%, you're going to be on the right side of that. So the big macro moves, it's built in that it can't not catch them. So I'm satisfied with the bot. The bot is designed as a non-leverage bot to be a long-term investment bot, just to roll over, roll over, roll over. You set it up once, you forget about it, come back 5 or 10 years, and you're just trying to beat the buy and hold strategy. And it's proven that it has done that a million times over throughout history. But let's talk about right now. Okay, so this blue line right here is where I actually got long. I did mention this little story I'm going to tell you on Tone's show last night, but the sound wasn't very good, and I don't know if there's many people watching that don't watch this. But last night, I'll put the MRI back on. In last night's show, we made it very, very clear. The resistance line is no longer there because we've pierced it, but we had this green support and resistance line here. And I actually said in last night's show that this is actually technically quite a good risk reward trade here, because it's very easy to define your stop loss, because we've been printing lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, and now we've printed a higher low here. But I said, but we both agreed that it wasn't very confirmed, but I said that it's actually quite a good risk reward trade because you have quite a small defined stop loss here. I did mention that. But the main thing I mentioned, and I'm not claiming credit for this at all. Even, I went short in the competition, right? I said, this is a nothing. I can't do anything in this position, because while we've been consolidating in this range, and you could see about here was the MRI resistance zone, support and resistance zone.
It's on the 1 hour. If you go to the 1 hour chart, you'll see the MRI resistance zone. It's not on the 4 hour. It was never there. They don't disappear. It just wasn't there on the 4 hour. It was there on the 1 hour, and it was in a perfect spot.
Copy. Well, I mean, you absolutely yeah, there it is. Beautiful,
Right there,
right? I said, why we're stuck in this tight consolidated range. There's nothing for me to do. I don't know which. I'm completely lost whether we're gonna, if we pierce this, we'll get a really decent crash, and if we break this, I'll be long. But anyway, I'm laying in bed at 3 a.m. after we did the show last night, and I get smashed in the bollocks. Okay. It was my son jumping over, coming into bed, and he smashed me, and he absolutely caned me when I was sleeping. And so I was awake, and I checked my phone, and we were here. We had broken out. I'd missed the move. So now I'm stuck at 3 a.m. I'm not going to be able to sleep right now. What do you do? Do you chase the trade? Like, who wants to buy here when we've been here for 2 weeks? But I did. I went $130,000 3x leverage long from right here. I turned my phone off, went back to sleep, and I'm like, we'll see what happens in the morning, right? And then, that I said it on Tone's show this morning, but it's the funniest thing for me. When you wake up in the morning and you click on your trading view and it takes like 5 seconds to load, I'm holding my breath, because this could have just gone, and I would have been $10,000 down. But instead, I woke up and it was up here and I was in profit, and I'm feeling really good. I don't recommend this style of trading. It's just that I was so adamant that once we broke through here and got above these things, that this thing was going to run. I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to embrace it. Imagine waking up today and I didn't make that trade. Man, I'm in over 10,000 US dollars in 24 hours, in less than 24 hours here. I couldn't be more happy. Okay.
Yeah, and if you
So
go to that consolidation, right, that before
yeah,
the second leg, so it goes up, you're in your
yep,
trade.
yep.
You see where the MRI top is? Zoom in on
Oh
that a little
yeah.
bit.
All right,
Yeah.
let's have a look.
So this is the 1 hour chart, right? So
Uh-huh.
is your chart on
Here.
American time as well? Or that's Australian time?
Oh well, it doesn't affect the MRI. It's the same.
I know it doesn't
That's
affect the MRI, but I'm just curious. Right. So that's 8 a.m. for you, right?
yes.
Right.
That's
So
yeah, that's 8 a.m. for me.
right, that's 8 a.m. for you. So on my chart, that is 4 p.m. So at 7 p.m., so if you go to the very last candle, the little one before the diamond one, on the
Hmm.
right, on
Hmm.
the right, right. The last,
Hmm.
nope, on the right. The other way.
Oh,
Nope, the other way.
oh, oh, oh,
The
oh,
other way.
oh.
One more, one more, one more.
I'm
Right there.
sorry.
That's the candle where I'm at dinner with a couple of friends. So Bitcoin's been stable at 50, under 55 for like 5 hours now, right? We're out to dinner, eating our steaks, and then one of my friends, he's like, "Oh, Bitcoin broke 50," because it was a long dinner. We were just chatting, had some wine, eating steaks, and then we weren't paying attention to Bitcoin. We were just chatting, mostly politics, actually. And my friend is like, "Hey, Bitcoin broke 57." And we thought he was joking. We're like, "Oh yeah, no, it's not messing around." And he's like, "No, I'm serious." We're like, no, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. They were like, we both reached for our phones and we're like, oh shit, it was sitting right at that top peak because that
Yeah,
was so we got to dinner at like 7:30 and that was like the next peak after that. So the next
yeah,
candle. So we're still out to dinner on the following candle when it literally breaks 57 and had no idea, missed that entire move. But I went fully long in my retirement account. I had that 25% that was sitting on the sideline. It was actually less than 25% because I did go long Tesla with some of that money, and Tesla did really well yesterday considering the market was down. So I was 25% long, but since I wasn't asleep because I'm not in Australia, I was able to go 100% long on that candle, on the breakout candle, the one
yeah.
that's breaking the MRI. So somewhere when that candle flips, at the end of that candle and the beginning of the following candle, that's where I went long. It was around 11 a.m. New York time. That's
Mm.
when I moved everything I had. I have nothing else to add into my position. I am now fully long between the Fidelity ETF, Bitfarm stock, and Tesla stock. Those are my only positions.
Yeah,
And there's no more cash left. There's like maybe
I
$50
was
left in the account.
I was just about
That's
to say
free and
that.
available.
I was just about to say that. I have nothing else to give at this point. Like I've still got all my spot positions from 27,200, another spot position from 20 from 17,200, and now this leverage long. I'm locked. There's nothing else I've got. You've got all of it.
There's always kidneys for sale, but I already sold my apartment last year. I have no car, and like maybe I could sell the trophy. I do have an addiction for these trading cards that are now worth some money. I was opening some packs on my show yesterday, so yeah, there's still some collectibles I can sell, but that's about it. There's nothing else, and
Yeah.
oh man, how high can this go? Like that's the real question. Let's do some. Analysis. You wanna get back and continue with the
Yeah.
analysis on what
Yeah.
we're expecting now? Because so far we only talked about the past.
Oh, we're dropping. It's gone to zero. Shoot. Damn it. I should have sold. Okay, so look, we have to go to a higher time frames here because I've got nothing on the lower time frames. There's nothing. We're above everything, 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 everything. Okay, this is really cool. This is
Dude,
really
you're
cool.
getting you're getting your red diamonds left and right. What does that mean?
Yeah, well, I mean that they're this is really cool. All right, the red diamonds mean okay. First of all, you're welcome to trim if you got in off a green diamond, which is as I turned MRI off. Um, if you got in here, you could trim here and here. Okay, but I don't trim off the red diamonds. I look at the red diamonds as acceleration point. Okay, I want to go to the monthly for a second. This is really really cool. Let's have a look at acceleration points that happen in markets with these red diamonds. Okay, so if we just scroll back in time slightly, this is the it's bizarre that it's happening right now, pre-halving, that we're getting to these extreme points. It hasn't happened right now on the monthly, but we're even on the RSI right now. We're crossing the 70 mark on the monthly RSI. Okay, right here, we're crossing the 70 mark. When was the last time we crossed the 70 mark? Here. That was back about here, right? Or here. here, we crossed the 70 in somewhere around here. It went accelerated at that
You know what
point.
the funny thing is? It doesn't matter. When you look at that chart, and I know there's like, it's like a 15-20% difference between those two candles, but when you zoom out, it doesn't
Yeah, right.
matter.
Yeah, who cares, right? Who cares? Who cares at that point? But this is what I'm talking about. Like we've only come to these points a few times where we've crossed the 70 on the RSI. Again, another one here. It's gone to absolutely accelerated extremities at that point. But they were always the last three times it's happened past the 70. Now I'm just doing this from memory, so there'll be people commenting that, oh, it actually happened four times or whatever. But just hear me out here for a second. Go back and check it yourself. It's easy. These are all publicly traded, publicly available indicators here, the RSI. But it's always happened after the halving. This is now happening. We're crossing the 70 RSI pre-halving. That's a first actually for Bitcoin on the monthly time frame. Is to the best of my knowledge, having a look at looking at it, just eyeballing it. I find that very interesting. That if we go into a absolute crazy exponential move here, like we have every the 3 or 4 other times that it's happened, it's interesting that it's happening pre-halving. I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, and Fibbo Swanee was the one that really talked about that. What do you do if now that we've broken that 62% Fibonacci line pre-halving, which is something that we've never done? And when you were doing that show with him, it got rejected by the 62% Fibonacci, and he was explaining how he would re-enter the market. You should think about having him back on the show. It would be really interesting to see how he navigated this move today.
Oh, I'll ask him. If you haven't seen the Trader Talks episode with Fibbo Swanee, episode 1, it is an absolute cracker. And he makes a great point. And I'd rather have him say it than me say it. But he makes a great point that he has all his marks. And then, he's expecting a pullback at this point using the Fibonacci retracements, everything. But it would be unprecedented for us to break out the way we are pre-halving, and the way that that he did the thing. You've got to see it. I can't repeat it. But he said, I don't know after that. It breaks the model. And he's excited about the idea of breaking the model. And it looks like right now we're breaking the model that for previous times have looked at. What was he talking about? The retreat, the
He needed
pre-halving accelerate. Yeah.
He was talking about he needed three closes above the line, and then he's long again.
Yeah, that's right. But that was well below this price at this point.
Right. So what happens? So if he just got his first close yesterday and his second close today, and what if tomorrow's close is above 60,000? What happens then?
Well, I don't want to speak for Fibbo and put words in his mouth, but the guy's an absolute pro. I'm sure he's long.
So okay, so I put in this line right here, in yesterday's video. This is the orange for Bitcoin orange. This is the $60,000 line. Now, there's nothing all that special about 60,000 other than in our first pump in the last cycle, the one in April, we never closed above 60,000. We came close. We closed at 59,975. And then we broke 60,000 during the week. But on a weekly scale, we never closed above 60. On a daily scale, we did, but not on a weekly. And the second time around in November, we closed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles above 60,000. And I just wanted a reference here that if we close above 60,000 on a weekly scale, it would now be the 6th highest weekly close in Bitcoin's history. And the other thing we talked about last night at dinner with my friends is that no one is talking about Bitcoin on mass media TV. It's not like it was 4 years ago. This is like the most forgotten Bitcoin pump out of all of them. Bitcoin was like, I think if we go to Google Trends, I want to see how Bitcoin ranks in Google Trends. Because remember, Google Trends is relative to prior searches by percentage. This is one of the good things about Google Trends. And if I just type the word Bitcoin, and then we're going to type the word buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, how to buy Bitcoin.
Look, it was ranked higher in February. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is the short-term period. Let me, how do I zoom out here? This is United States only,
Past day.
past day. Let's go 5 years. Look at that.
Yeah, yeah,
Look at that. No
yeah,
one is talking about Bitcoin.
yeah.
Okay. Here it is in 2021 on those highs. And here it is.
The
This
low.
is 2022 even, right?
Yeah.
And this is United States. If we go global,
Wow,
look at
very
that.
cool. Very cool.
So no one is talking about Bitcoin. Now, if we try buy Bitcoin, it tends to be different. This is the important one. How many people are searching how to buy Bitcoin? Look at that. Non-existent. No one, no one is even, I mean, this is where the market bubble is, right?
Oh,
If I
wow,
go
that's
further than
incredible.
5 years wasn't even that long ago, actually, at this point. If we go, I can set my own range, but we can go to 2004. It's a little bit earlier than Bitcoin's existence, but wow, that's really all they're giving us. Okay.
These are
Since
custom range there.
I guess that's when Google started tracking. Look at that. Here it is in 2017 bubble. Because remember, 5 years ago was 2017 was more than 5 years ago. So look
Well,
where Bitcoin ranks
that's what
today.
I heard about
Yeah.
it.
Look where Bitcoin ranks today. This is, like percentage and per capita adjusted. And isn't that incredible?
You know what else is incredible, which I think is correlated with this, is that in my communities that I'm a part of, I've seen so many people who got into Bitcoin during the 2020 when it was going parabolic, okay? And so those new people into Bitcoin have only experienced pain, really, on the downside. So I felt that like the last 12 months, where we've had an incredible bull market the last 12 months, there's like an apathy in the Bitcoin community for new people who they're just expecting lower and lower. It's only people who've been in sort of the pre-cycle before that have actually who got to experience 3,000 dollar lows that were excited all the way through this last year.
I was just curious. I wanted to compare Google searches for Bitcoin versus Donald Trump.
Well, he's not trending in the right direction either.
I know he's also flying under the radar.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
All right,
this is
let's have a look. So where are we going, Tone? Where are we going? What is
okay.
happening?
So in my personal account, I don't know how to mark this. I'm just gonna say re-entered, re-entered 100% long at same price a month later. Yeah, because it was pretty much the same price.
Yeah, I saw you showed
The
it today.
price where I exited was more or less the same. It was literally identical. So I didn't lose anything, but at least I slept better at night. So that didn't alter anything. Okay, so now let's go to the weekly chart. Man, I really thought we can pull back another week or two and then end up in that box. So we are now pushing the
We've
upper
touched the top of it.
range.
We've touched it. We've touched the top of the box.
Touch the top of the box. Yeah, 57.6. We pretty much touched it. That's another Fibonacci line. But look, we're coming off a green star candle. Plenty of room on the weekly MRI. I normally am not into the whole FOMO thing. But look, weekly, just getting started with a green star candle. I know it came in a bit late, but it's coming in strong. The daily just got a green star candle on current candle. I had so many shorts just got liquidated. And
Yeah, was it 100 and
I I can't believe I'm gonna say this because this is so responsible. I think we're going to new all-time highs. We can pull back. I think there is, and if we do pull back, I think that 52,000 is now formidable support. I just don't see how we're going to go lower than 52,000. If we pull back, and I give that less than a 50% chance, I think we're going to flirt with all-time highs before pulling back to 52. I still think we're going to pull back to 52, and I think like 42,000 is now off the table. I think that, also in yesterday's video, I drew something like this, where I thought that maybe we could pull back a smidge more and then go up to like 54 and then pull back lower and then break out to 60. I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
Yeah,
I think
Tone, a few people messaged me, does Tone think this is a fake out? And I just wrote back no. Like
no.
maybe five people messaged me from your show yesterday where you said, I think we'll break up and get a fool's break and then actually come down. And I said, there's no way he thinks that right now. There's no way.
Correct.
This is not what he meant. Yeah.
Right. Like when we started consolidating at 55 and didn't go straight down, I'm like expected us to pump more, and then we pumped during dinner. Like I didn't even expect us to pump that quickly. So if I go to the hourly chart, I was even looking at the 12-hour chart. I'm like, give me something. Like if I was looking at the hourly chart, you had the MRI top like right here, which is perfect for a correction. Once the MRI loads, that should be the MRI top candle. Yep, there it is. That's
Damn,
perfect.
the green diamond inside the green wave on the 1 hour did its job.
Oh yeah, right there. That was good. And right here, we have a reversal candle marking the top. One candle before the MRI top candle. That's great. We had a doji candle right after the MRI. That's great. We had this candle could have been a price flip candle followed by a red star. This candle, had this candle been in the other way around, I would have then been looking for us to go down all the way back to the breakout area of 52, or potentially that would have been the false pump. I would have been debating, like, if instead of this candle being up, if this candle was down to below 53, I would have then been debating, okay, highest probability, we go back to 52. Very likely, this was a false pump, and then we go back down and make new lows in the 40s. But once this candle started to go up, that's it. Right now, I think momentum can take us all the way to new highs. Worst case scenario for me, your buy the dip is back in 52. And even that's risky. Like if you are not holding Bitcoin long right now, and you're like, okay, I'll get back in at 52, you may never get the chance.
I couldn't agree more. And I think that even regular like institutional investors are thinking the same. I think that the retail market in the ETF market is, I think that there'll be a big media buzz today about Bitcoin. And especially if we start breaking 60,000, I think that the media will start talking about Bitcoin a lot more. And I think that this is going to be a cascading effect. A cascade effect. I just can't. I think that every dip's going to get bought up now. I think that now that we've crossed the 70 on the monthly time frame, I think that it's going to have a run on. I think that we're going to run on. How many people are watching right now going, shoot, I want to get into this market? I'm doing really good not to swear these days. How many people are saying, shoot, I've still got cash, I got to get in? If you're thinking that to yourself, that you're not, I understand the way you feel. I think a lot of people are feeling the same way. And I think that'll drive the prices higher. I know this is moon boyish. I'm sorry. What can I say? I'm hot on Bitcoin.
All right, let me just grab this number here because I forgot to do it last night. This is the official number of how many Bitcoins got bought and sold last week between the ETFs. And there was 11,000 net inflow. I think what happened on Monday, there was a massive influx into the ETFs. And the supplies are drying out. That's my only explanation. I just got to change this number here.
It's unsubstantiated. I can't verify it, but I've seen so many tweets that the GBTC had its lowest. It's starting to decline. It's selling, and it's getting surpassed with the demand.
Yep, and I can't wait to get this week's numbers. That's going to be really, really interesting on this. Oh, wait, I need to grab. Oh yeah, I did grab the shares. I'll say. So why are they not adding up? That's weird. Yeah, GBTC still has. Strange. This should be 100%, but it's not. I understand why BlackRock is off. Oh, because the price has changed. The price has gone up so much. That's why all of these numbers are off. Yeah. So that makes sense. The price has gone up. So the value is the market. Yeah. The ETFs are going to be buying more Bitcoin. It's crazy.
Yep. I'm so excited. This is it. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. In fact, it's been like this for over a year, hasn't it? You know, like look, it's a year.
Oh,
It's
look,
been doing this.
we're pumping back up. That candle didn't even stop it. Hey, there's going to be a third consecutive hourly MRI buy coming up in 2 hours from now. That doesn't happen all that often. I will have to scroll a long time to find the third consecutive hourly MRI buy because there's always like a pullback for a few hours.
I bet if you looked back and found all those times that we went into parabolic mode, there'd be some. I think we're on the verge of that. Yeah, that's rocketing. That's rocketing. Yes, yes.
Okay, so real quick, let's look at how the stock market did yesterday. Oh, one more thing. We posted pictures of the villas for the financial summit. That's going to take place in the middle of March of 2025. I have the exact date. I just don't want to post the exact dates until, March of this year because I don't want to confuse people. If they see March, but they miss the 2025, they might misunderstand when the event is. So the event will be March 16 to March 21 of 2025. And if people are curious what kind of villas they'll have, go to Ruma. We're going to post some more pictures because we have to reformat the pictures. These are the so right now, if you sign up early, you will get your villa on the water right there. That would be your villa. And for a few bucks extra, your water on the villa will be identical, but with a pool. So there's also a possibility of getting a pool for just this price will probably rise. But for now, just 150 bucks extra, you get a private pool. Even though you can just walk, or I wouldn't recommend diving, but you can walk right into this water. It's fairly shallow. And yeah, and then there's other room options. I may have to put a sold out on this one. There's already verbal commits to these. These are just nicer one-bedroom villas. And unfortunately, they only have one two-bedroom villa. And we already have reserved that for our evening hangouts, which Matt knows all about. You're going to be standing on this dock right here waiting for the sunrise again, like last time, chatting with people.
Yeah, I was just thinking, for all those people that are probably commenting now, I'm not watching, saying how much Matt sucks as a trader. I hear you. Come here and challenge me in the trading competition because old boy Matt over here won the last one, and I intend to win the next one as well.
Yeah, Matt won the in-person competition at the last financial summit in Dubai.
Just thought I'd drop that in there.
That's true. That is true.
Come and challenge me in person. Let's go.
Yeah, guys, think about joining us. Matt will absolutely be there, and so will many others. I think this one's going to sell out real quick. If it sells out real quick, maybe I'll front run it with something else, maybe in Dubai in November again. We'll see. And with these price rises, people are going to be able to sign up now. All right, real quick on the S&P. The S&P actually dropped yesterday, and it was surprising how much Tesla went up yesterday. The market hasn't opened yet. Tesla was up. It was actually up more than that during the day. It was up to like 202. So Tesla was up 4% on a day where the stock market was down about 0.5%. So that was great for my trade. And NVIDIA was still up a bit. And we'll see what happens there. We're not going to talk about the stock market too much. But keep in mind, the stock market is on a second consecutive MRI top. So the stock market can certainly pull back here. I'm generally a bull of the stock market, but the stock market has run away a little bit. You don't normally get multiple consecutive MRI tops on a weekly S&P. This has been an unprecedented bull run, and I think it's due for a bit of a pullback. So be careful there. MicroStrategies has been absolutely crushing it. Man, did that stock crush it. MSTR, because they bought more Bitcoin, and right at the right time, and MSTR at a new all-time high almost. It is pretty correlated with Bitcoin. That's the monthly chart. Green star candle is just getting started also. So those of you that are holding MSTR, you're going to do well.
Yeah, that's terrific. That's terrific. All right, let's wrap her up. This is great. I could stare at these charts all night, but we got to go. We got to go.
Yeah, we might do Twitter Spaces today on the Financial Summit Twitter handle. If not today, then definitely tomorrow. And keep an eye on this hourly MRI. If we continue pump into 10 a.m. So this is our 8 a.m. candle. The next candle will be the 9, and then the 10 a.m. candle will be the MRI top candle. I can certainly see a bit of a reversal this afternoon. So enter your trades accordingly. We're going to discuss how to make a better trading competition. Maybe we will use I have to use a demo account, maybe, if I'm allowed to. I'm definitely not allowed to trade on the real accounts, other than in my retirement account. And we'll figure out a better, more appropriate trading competition.
Yeah, absolutely. And just one more thing I want to say. This occurred to me, and this is really hard to do the mathematics on this, but you'll all get it. In countries like Australia, and particularly in Japan, we're already at new all-time highs. Power to weight
Argentina.
against Argentina. Obviously, they did it a long time ago. They did it when we were at 30,000 US. But like in Japan, if you had bought Bitcoin years ago, or even at the, I bought Bitcoin years and years ago, right, in Australian dollars, I'm up about 60% if Bitcoin didn't move in price compared to the US dollar. It's insane. It's insane. Like the compounding nature, and it's proof of a store of value to me. I'm moving to Japan in the next few months, and it's never been a better time as a Bitcoiner to move to Japan. Can you pull up the chart of BTC JPY for a second? It's
Sure.
sensational. It's sensational. And it's
Yeah,
just
I haven't really looked at Bitcoin and other currencies. BTC JPY.
this will blow your mind. This will blow your mind. And go to the monthly scale. It's incredible.
Yeah, I guess I'll use whatever exchange
Bitflyer.
this
Yeah,
is. It
Bitflyer.
doesn't really
That's fine.
matter. Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Look at
right.
it. Was better to have bought Bitcoin at any time in the past
Yeah,
in Japanese
all-time
yen.
high.
And got out of your yen. You're at an all-time high. You're at 85,000 compared to when you paid. It's brilliant. Bitcoin and Australian dollar is getting close too. We're getting real close.
Well, you broke it on a closing basis.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yep.
Look,
Yeah.
this is not enough people are talking about this. This is fantastic for Aussies, for Japanese. It's great.
Right. And let me see where Bitfarms is set to open. $4. Oh, my options are going to be great. I have $3 strike calls on Bitfarms. Yeah, if this thing goes to like 450, I might be exiting.
Awesome.
I might be taking that profit. This goes to 450. That's a over 100% gain for me. I'll take it.
Yeah. All right, let's wind the shop. Let's do it.
That's why I love options trading. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll let Matt sign us off.
All right. Please visit tonebase.com. Please visit alphanumerics.com. And please, if you're an experienced trader, if dollar cost averaging is your thing, if you're buying Bitcoin in the past 5 years ago with your international currencies to get the great appreciation that the currencies of the US dollar is appreciated so much better than your own currencies, fantastic. But if you want to trade with a bit of money, please use the affiliate links in the description below. It's the way to go. Helps me a lot. Thank you, guys.
And thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the comments. Leave constructive comments. How can we make the show better? I will stream on my channel sometime later this week. I do want to talk. Man, we talked so much politics over dinner yesterday. It's still fresh in my head. I want to talk about that on my channel. So those of you that are interested in politics, come over there. And we will continue to talk only price and trading on this channel.
It's going to be a great time. It's a great time to be alive. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.